My fellow Singaporeans, if we don't go out, then the virus won't be able to spread. So please, bear with the painful adjustments that we have to make.
In Singapore now, I think the morale is very low.
Jobs lost, lives upended, and businesses on the brink of collapse.
It was stressful thinking about how long my savings would last.
We will have to close down. It's sad. It is not what I want.
The worst part is I don't know when this will end.
This is the story of Singaporeans fighting to keep their livelihoods.
The numbers started trickling downwards actually towards the end of January. That was mainly from the Chinese tourists being banned from coming to Singapore. At the beginning of the year, we had 63 people. Right now, we had to cut down to 16 people running 4 restaurants. People were not encouraged to dine out, and also more work-from-home policies were encouraged by employers.
Megan Lim owns 4 restaurants in the Central Business District, including one on Amoy Street. By March, 2 months after COVID-19 hit Singapore, sales plunged 40%. Megan is not alone. Singapore's 12,000 restaurants and eateries are bleeding money, but the worst is yet to come.
Singapore will apply significantly stricter measures to help keep COVID-19 infections in check. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has described the measures as a circuit breaker.
April 7th marks the start of the circuit breaker. To curb infections, all eateries must stop their dine-in service. Singapore's restaurants face business losses of up to 80%. This impending financial disaster could change Singapore's food scene forever.
When I first heard about the circuit breaker, I sighed really heavily. Then very quickly, my gears were turning very fast. I had to think, do I want to stay open? Do I let go of everybody now? What do I do?
Across town, makeup artist Benji Oo is opening his shop for the last time. He shares a retail space with a bridal studio. Benji's makeup services and the bridal business are deemed non-essential and have to stop operations during the circuit breaker.
Previously, my February is always filled with a lot of assignment over here. Now you will see a lot of blank holes over here. It's because I got a lot of call for couples to postpone their weddings. And then in March, the government said that there cannot be events that has more than 10 people. That means all my wedding events are off. Last time in good months, it's possible for me to hit 5 figures, but now, my income is 0. I still have to pay my share of rent here, and it's a couple of thousand. So I have no choice but to put on my employees on no-pay leave. The worst part is I don't know when this will end. My mom once told me that 只要你有手艺就不会饿死. That has deeply impacted in my heart. Until today, COVID-19 situation, even though someone like me that has skill, I'm still not able to make a living.
Benji has enough savings to support himself and his family for 6 more months. But to survive beyond that, he must devise another source of income.
Yeah, woo! Woo! Come on, go! On your feet, yes! Woo! Escape, escape, to the only way to play. Living ain't gonna be some easy piece of cake. You gotta live on, you gotta...
I'm Michelle SgP. I perform internationally. I do corporate events, shows, and the bars locally. I am a choir conductor and I coach voice students.
Okay, the next song I need.
I did my last corporate gig on the 8th of February for 1,000 people. A few days later, the government capped the capacity of gatherings to 250 persons maximum. So my gigs were cancelled. And then the government ordered for bars to be shut, and that meant my live shows in bars were also cut. Then the choir activities stopped. So my earnings fell by 90%. Then I was left with private students, one-on-one. And now with the circuit breaker, I can't go to their homes for lessons.
Michelle SgP is worried about the loss of income because she is a single mum to 14-year-old Krabi.
It was stressful thinking about how long my savings would last because I have a mortgage to pay, I have my son's bills to pay. All of us were hit hard. There was even a joke, we are now eating grass. I wondered whether music was going to be a viable career. The turning point came when I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a friend who owns a music school set up her equipment in a room, and it gave me hope.
Nowadays, people go to airport, it's no more. Going to Orchard, no more. Going to Chinese Business District area, also no more.
"57-year-old taxi driver Toh Kian Seng has never seen Singapore so devoid of life in all his years. But as his passenger numbers drop, his daily cleaning routine ramps up.
Yeah, I disinfected my car twice a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. I focus more on the door handle because this is the part where people touch the most, and armrest.
Kian Seng has reason to worry. Since the start of the outbreak, at least 4 cabbies and private hire drivers have caught COVID-19. From January to March, demand for taxis and private hire cars has fallen over 20%. But with April's circuit breaker measures, demand has plunged by up to 60%.
Every day I drive from 5:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. After driving for a while, and I find that there's not much passenger, I will come here for a quiet place to take a rest. Hey, where are you now? 现在哪里？
我在厨房干嘛嘞？
没了，闲聊而已啦。
我有看到你就跟我讲了，就这样会走而已。
今天我只载了2个人而已。没办法啊。
To help drivers survive, Comfort Delgro has waived vehicle rental fees during the circuit breaker. But for Kian Seng and his friends, no passengers means no cash.
No matter what happens, I still be a taxi driver because I got no other option. My taxi friends, they complain to me, they are not doing well also. They wanted to take up part-time job, but they don't know where to start, you see.
Unable to cater to dine-in customers during the circuit breaker, Singapore's restaurant takings are in free fall. Restaurant owner Megan Lim refuses to let more staff go, so she's turning to her landlords for help.
I've called earlier on, they didn't reply, they didn't pick up. And now as well, which puts our restaurant business in a limbo. If I'm not getting a good rental rebate, I have to let go of more staff.
almost every business and every worker will be directly affected in the coming weeks. I will therefore raise the wage subsidy for firms to 75% of gross monthly wages for the first $4,600.
哦，有新的政策了，刚刚出来，75%。
The aim of this strong support is to directly reduce firms' wage costs to help them retain their workers.
好的，好的，好的。
Finally, there's some good news. A day before the circuit breaker, the government announces the Solidarity Budget. It will pay for 75% of salaries for Singaporean staff, up to a maximum of nearly $3,500 during this difficult period. Megan can now stretch what little money she has left to pay her staff.
It was a huge morale boost for myself, for the whole team. We could keep them paid while getting the company moving forward to an e-commerce food delivery business concept. Thank you everybody. 加油加油.
How's that?
Michelle, I can't hear you. You can unmute.
Cheers. Okay. So
Yeah, there we go.
how is this?
Maybe the dynamic might be better because it doesn't capture so much.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Drove up the highways and back, down through those byways and skies.
Inspired by the professional home studio of fellow musician Colin Yong, singer Michelle SgP has asked him to help her set up a streaming platform so she can take her singing lessons online.
Awaken senses I've since left behind. You ask for a kiss for an age gave wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you're recording through this, you're going to do like some kind of jazz stuff, right? I think this is great.
Almost half of those in Singapore's creative industries are freelancers with no fixed income. But with all events and classes cancelled since April, workers like Michelle must find other ways to earn money.
So thanks to that, I can finally call my students, and get them on for online lessons. I'm like, yeah!
In fact, you can do it internationally now. we have gone global.
Apparently, right? The market has expanded. Serenity came. We tried it? Serenity came. Yeah, okay, that's better. Then I was initially concerned about my senior students because they are not as tech savvy as the younger set of students. So when my 62-year-old student said yes to come on board this platform to stream, that surprised me and gave me more hope. Yeah, all right. How are you today? Lol. I have also children who have tried already their home-based learning, so they were open to streaming online. So with the online streamings, my earnings recovered like 20 or 30% more. I'm not back to 100%, but it's something at least. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mosquitoes are chasing me.
It's very uplifting to be able to connect with my students again because they bring me happiness. All right, with a nice big smile. Yay! Bye.
Bye.
Now it's a circuit breaker. I feel that it's a good time to explore online platform. Closer. I can be an online coach. At the same time, I also maybe can explore into tutorial makeup.
Today, makeup artist Benji Oo is launching beauty tutorials on social media. He's invited his actor friend Aiden Seng to discuss male grooming. Benji plans to build a sizable following and then monetize his influence.
Hello. Hi. I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly. Hey, long time no see, by the way.
We're both creatives and then we're at home and then we're trying to do something that can allow us to continue to create or share what we know with people who follow us online.
Okay, we have viewers asking so what is the must-have in that routine?
I have a day cleanser and a night cleanser.
Are you more lazy when you are doing your skincare now? Because you don't have to go out much often.
If you don't go outside and damage your skin so much, there are less things to repair.
Yeah, I just want to remove the makeup. I show how important is it. If you guys want to see again more on Aiden, his skincare regime, please leave a comment on his face, Instagram itself. Say I want to see more on this kind of content. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye, Aiden.
So how did it go?
Okay, nervous. I have to say I'm very nervous. It goes amazing. The audience are very interactive.
The unexpected disruption brought on by COVID-19 is making Benji think about diversifying his income streams. When the pandemic blows over, he plans to launch a private home dining service with his business partner, who is an avid cook.
One thing I learned from this COVID situation, right, is do not put everything into one basket. What if there's a COVID-20? I don't want to have no income again, and we must learn to adapt to it.
So this morning we have an order from another of my outlets, so I'm going to pick up the noodles and send to the customer.
Megan's 4 restaurants cannot provide dine-in service during the circuit breaker, so she has to rely entirely on deliveries and takeouts to keep afloat.
So right behind me is somebody doing delivery too.
Turn left onto Jordan Lambina, then keep left.
Delivering food myself, it was not something I envisioned myself doing or my career to be, but I had to do it. Sorry. You're doing the same thing. Hello. Hello, thank you. 我们送几杯饮料给你。哎呦，谢谢你点我们吃的，慢吃慢吃。拜拜。
As orders picked up, it became unsustainable for Megan to continue doing the deliveries on her own. So she partnered with an e-commerce platform that not only delivers island-wide, but also offers a better rate than the main food delivery apps in Singapore.
So all these are 11:30 orders. Further on here, this table will be orders for 12 o'clock. So the orders will come in automatically on the e-commerce platform. Drivers will be allocated automatically and they will come and pick this up and send it to our customers. So now, 2 weeks later, our circuit breaker, we average about 30 to 35 deliveries a day. We are working so hard now doing online food deliveries. It's simply just to mitigate the loss. We're not even thinking of making profits.
2 weeks shy of the circuit breaker's end comes more crushing news.
To bring down daily infections more sharply, we will therefore extend the circuit breaker for 4 more weeks until the 1st of June.
The general mood in Singapore now, I think the morale is very low. Nowadays, I find that the patients, they are afraid that I might bring the virus to them. I'm worried for myself also. They might pass the virus to me. If someone coughs and sneezes, I'm thinking right now my window.
At 57 years old, Kian Seng is considered more vulnerable to COVID-19 than younger age groups. But that hasn't stopped him from plying the roads.
At least I'm providing the service. Those people, like old people, they need a taxi to go to hospital for checkup. And people who go to supermarket, they need to bring their things back to home.
36.4. Sanitizer. Here's your order number. Can you write here? This is what's inside your order. Can help double check. Thank you.
Okay, I need to deliver the KFC food, possibly drive 6 in 20 minutes.
Kian Seng's takings have fallen 40% since the start of the outbreak in January. With the circuit breaker extended by another month, he's learning to adapt. He's joining over 100 taxi drivers from Comfort Delgro to deliver food and groceries.
Today is my first day of delivering food, and I've been delivering food from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. non-stop. At least I got some income compared to if I'm driving, there's no passenger.
Today, one of Megan's restaurants is preparing for a massive delivery order.
8 generous customers who really like our restaurant and also want to do a donation to the hospital. So they have supported our business by ordering like 800 cups of bubble tea so that we can deliver all this to the NUH hospitals. I think at this climate, it's very important that people support one another. On one hand, this supports the medical team. On the other hand, it gives us a sense of purpose. No business or restaurant owner comes out of this unscathed, and it gives me comfort to know that we will go through this together.
In a way, I'm doing a good service to provide food so that the people can stay at home. And it's a way that for me to help fight the virus.
It will change the way I'm seeing my career now. After this situation, I'll be really focusing on diversifying on my career.
When we find a vaccine, we will recover, but will we be hit by another virus that will get us all scrambling again? And the whole cycle repeats. So how will that change the way we communicate, we make a living? That played constantly on my mind. You just have to find your authentic voice in this very busy landscape.
You gotta live on, you gotta live on, gotta live on and baby, you can't escape, escape.